Sorry about the disruption to the previous live. There was a call that came through, so I didn't want that to disrupt the thought. So I just ended that live and I started a new one. If you are not familiar with me, my name is Aries Rose, and welcome to Aries Rose TV. Here we talk about streaming shows, movies, TV shows, pop culture, celebrity news, politics, basically anything I find interesting. I come on and talk about it with my Aries crew. And tonight's topic is Virginia Giuffre. She was an outspoken accuser of Jeffrey Epstein and Prince Andrew, and she was found deceased recently at the age of 41. So we're going to pick up where we left off on the previous live. The replay will be up for the previous live that we just did. So go hop on there to get caught up. Where we're going to pick up here is where that last live ended, and we were talking about how she had been in an accident a few weeks ago before she passed away. In the accident, she was a passenger in a vehicle, and it involved a school bus that hit her. And according to Virginia, in the photo that she posted where she had a bruised up face, that she was hurt pretty bad and she only had 4 days to live. She had renal failure, and that's how long the doctors had given her to live. And she did outlive those 4 days. And according to parents and according to law enforcement out in Australia, which is where the accident took place, it was a minor accident. So it's questionable if whether or not the injuries that she was displaying were actually from the accident. Not 100% known at this time if that is the case. I'm going to take a pause for some comments. Thank you so much, Mr. Gardner. Appreciate you for being on. Hope you're having a fabulous week. And if you are on the live, if you can take a moment to like the video, would greatly appreciate it. It goes a long way. And let me know if you're a part of the Aries crew by saying hashtag Aries crew in the comments. Or if you're a first-time watcher, leave first-time watcher in the comments. I want to give you a shout out for stopping by. And then for the remainder of the story, we're going to finish up on the reporting from TMZ. There's a couple other stories in relation to her passing. But for this one, I noticed that to finish this one up, when she had posted that photo saying, she was really hurt and only had 4 days to live and all she wanted to do was see her kids. And then later on, understanding that she's going through a divorce right now, I believe her husband has filed a restraining order, so she's not able to be around her husband or her 3 children. That was possibly a way of her trying to get the attention to be able to see her kids, and putting out that picture of her looking very sick and being injured maybe was for sympathy. Not 100% sure if that is the case. She could have very well had those injuries, but in knowing that there was some backstory, that her personal life had some stuff going on, I started to wonder if that was being done for attention to try and be able to in whatever's going on with the case, or to be able to have the ability to see her children again. And that was kind of like a cry for help. And let's take another pause here. We got Baby K and Baby J. Thank you so much for being on. Appreciate you. Jassy McBride, thank you so much. I hope you are having a wonderful start to your week. I appreciate you being here on the live. So let me know your thoughts if you had saw that post that she had did, where she had said she only had 4 days to live. We did a short on that as well, so you can check that out on our channel. And we're going to go into another story here, which is why this caught my attention, because I was a little bit surprised to hear that Virginia Giuffre lost her life due to self-deletion, because she had always kind of stated that she was not leaning in towards self-deletion thoughts. So it's kind of surprising that that ends up being the way that she allegedly lost her life. So let's go into this story from reporting on TMZ. Virginia Giuffre was found deceased by self-deletion on Friday, years after she claimed she would never take her own life. Giuffre, who was an outspoken whistleblower who accused the late Jeffrey Epstein and Prince Andrew of sexual abuse, made the chilling claim in a resurfaced tweet from 2019. Let me read that tweet. It's, quote, "I am making it publicly known that in no way, shape, or form am I self-deletion mode. I have made this known to my therapist and GP. If something happens to me, in the sake of my family, do not let this go away and help me to protect them. Too many evil people want to see me quieted," end quote. And that is a tweet that she had posted December 10th of 2019. And that's just kind of chilling in light of the fact that she allegedly passed away this past Friday due to self-deletion, and Jeffrey Epstein allegedly passed away due to self-deletion. But, people say that he knew too much and had names of people who were pretty high up, big names, big people in the world, and they don't want that information getting out. So perhaps him not being around anymore was an effort to keep that information under wraps. And if that is the case, which we don't know, we can only go by the current understanding is that he self-deleted. Wonder if that's the same situation here with Virginia, if she actually self-deleted or if there was something else more sinister at play. Let me know your thoughts in the comments here. Definitely want to hear your opinion on it. Let's keep this conversation going because I have a feeling that there's going to be more stuff that comes out behind this happening because she was definitely pretty major piece of that Epstein case for sure. And let's see, it says Giuffre shared the message in a reply to another user's tweet who alleged the quote FBI will take her life to protect the ultra rich and well connected, end quote. And let's see, the actual assault survivor and advocate was found unresponsive by police officers at her near Gabby home on Friday. The Western Australia Police Force told TMZ life-saving measures were enacted, but she could not be revived. Her family confirmed her self-inflicted passing in a statement shared Friday and celebrated her as a fierce warrior in the fight against sexual abuse and trafficking. And it looks like, so she made headlines in the weeks before her death. It was on March 30th that she shared the images of a heavily bruised face. So less than a month ago, that happened. Days later, she claimed, after sharing that photo of herself being bruised, days later, she claimed her estranged husband had been physically abusing her for years. Very, very sad. I think she just, especially being so young and getting caught up in something as sinister and as wild as that was with that Epstein situation, I think it really messed her up. When you're at a certain age and you experience things like that, that leaves a big trauma mark on you that is sometimes not easy to overcome. And even if you may look like on the outside that you're doing okay and you're not really affected by it. I think it does leave a mark on you. And I often wonder in her case for how big this story was, for all the players that were involved and just who they happened to be, that impact on her mental health. I wonder if she was just getting the kind of services that she really needed to deal with that issue, and if she had the healthiest family life that was really helping her deal with that. 'Cause sometimes those things, they're hard for you to overcome mentally, and I don't know if maybe her behavior or something was changing with her family that made her relationship with her husband not be able to work, to cause it to get to a point of a restraining order where she's not able to see him or the kids. So it just sounds like a very sad situation. It sounds like she found some happiness when she had her children and when she was married in the beginning. Just very sad to hear about how it has ended for her. Definitely, if you or anybody you know are having thoughts of self-deletion, please speak to somebody and get help. It's a permanent solution to a temporary problem, and there's always people you can talk to. Reach out to family or friends, or reach out. You can text 988, I believe, is the line if you need somebody to talk to. Definitely encourage you to reach out to medical help as well if you need to, and you have those types of thoughts. And let's read the last story related to this from TMZ. So, Virginia's dad wants her passing investigated, and I don't blame him, especially with her saying that she is not having, at the time, she posted that in 2019, saying she's not having thoughts of taking her own life to this point. I don't blame him. Let's just look into this situation and see what's really going on. And plus, it's your child, so you're always going to want that closure to know what is what's what. So let's read this story. Virginia Giuffre's father is now calling on authorities to do some digging into her passing, which has initially been ruled a self-deletion, something he says she's always warned to be wary of if she was ever found to have taken her own life. And good for you, Dad. Good for you for remembering what your daughter wanted and still holding that up. I don't think there's anything wrong with asking them to investigate this further because there could be more to the story than that. Virginia, who in 2015 publicly accused convicted ex-offender Jeffrey Epstein and British royal Prince Andrew of sexual abuse, was found deceased in her Australian home last week after seemingly taking her own life. Virginia's family chalked her passing up to self-deletion in a statement announcing her passing last week, but her father is walking that back. Virginia's father, Sky Roberts, tells TMZ his daughter posted videos in the past saying that if she ever passed away by self-deletion, to not believe it and to have authorities investigate, and referencing that 2019 quote that I read off of the Twitter post that she had made at the time. And you can hear that on my previous live. You can catch that on the replay. In addition to her father's call for authorities to take a closer look at Virginia's death, her attorney is also casting doubt about her self-deleting. Virginia's attorney tells The Sun there were no signs she was contemplating self-deletion, saying, quote, "There's self-deletion and then there's misadventure," end quote. Not sure what that means there, but very interesting response there from the attorney. And her father wants it investigated. So we're definitely going to be keeping an eye out on this story as new information is provided. We'll definitely come and update you here with the Aries crew. Let me know your thoughts. Let's keep this conversation going in the comments. Definitely love reading them over. Some interesting perspectives. Let me know if there's any other stories that you'd like me to cover. Be happy to do that. You can leave them here on the live, or you can post on the community page if you have some stories or things you'd like to see me cover on the page. If you have not already done so, we'd love for you to be a part of the Aries crew. We have fun over here. All you got to do is hit that subscription button and hit that notification bell so you can find out every time I go live, post videos, upload shorts, and post on the community page. If you can like this video on your way out, would greatly appreciate it. It goes a long way with the algorithm. Share this live out with family and friends. We will see you back here tomorrow for some more great topics. And we're also going to go back into the Shannon Sharp as well and get some updates on that and some other stories as well. So we look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you for watching and take care.